Okay.
Are we live now?
Yes, we are.
Live. You're perfectly live. Wait, there was like what before they even stream started, there was a lot of people watching. Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to introduce our guest today?
Alright, it's Auntie Sarini. What did she do again? She's a productivity coach. That on the stream. Oh, there you go.
Okay, there are three people in the stream.
What's a productivity coach?
What's a productivity coach?
Would you introduce yourself?
Okay, my Sarah. Hi, Rikai, my Sarah. Long time no see.
Yes. Okay, how are we?
Yes, we've not seen each other for maybe a year and a half already. Sad. Anyways, my name is Auntie Sarini. You can also call me Mimi, because my kids call me Mimi. Not Mimi, Mimi. Okay. And I'm a productivity coach. And I've been coaching for the past 6 years. I officially became a certified coach 4 years ago. And yeah, I've been a coach since. And I'm 42 years old. What else you want to know about? I'm a mother of 3 girls, 16, 11, and 7. You guys know Hani and Sumaya. What else you guys want to know about?
You didn't do the intro. How wonderful.
The what?
What intro?
Supposed to do
Intro.
and then
We have no intro.
interviewing
Okay, stop.
Auntie Sarini.
You're failing.
Okay, then.
You're failing. Anyway,
what do you do as a productivity coach?
Okay. A productivity coach is someone who helps someone to become productive. So a coach usually has a coachee and is usually done in a conversational manner. You talk to that person one-on-one and you kind of guide them towards being more productive in their life. Do you guys know what productive means?
not sitting at a computer 24/7 and eating chips.
Productive is being like
Well, yes, that can be it as well.
the most out of your life or something like that. Well, I don't exactly know how to say it, so I'm gonna define
Define. Yeah, go and Google it up.
What is productive? Define productive. Help Google.
productive, producing or able to produce large amount of goods, capture other commodities, of a cough. The reason you product no
Not product.
So you
like
So-
a high yielding
what is that? I don't.
high. Let's
That's in
Google
like
high
that's in like farming and stuff.
I
It's
don't
not- oh,
care.
that's not-
I don't care. High
Okay.
yielding using a large amount
Anyway,
of
okay,
product.
move along. Moving along.
Move along.
Moving along.
Questions.
Questions for me.
What are your work hours like?
It varies actually. That's a good question. It varies according to how many number of clients do I have in a month. And it also depends on me. So I get to define how many number of hours I work.
Yes. 50 seconds.
Why do you have so many essential oils like
These are like my best friends. And they help me with coaching and they help me with a lot of things in life. Yeah. So they're here.
I
They're
just
my best friends.
all color coded.
like red, brown?
Yes, they're color coded. You guys
so
noticed
nice
it.
to look
It's
at.
orderly.
It's orderly. Kinda.
Arties.
Mommy is there?
Then out, go in the room.
Like I want to talk with my friend. Finish talking.
Okay. How many clients do you normally work with a day?
That also depends on, I get to define that as well. So sometimes I can work as many as 8 people in a day, one-on-one.
Wow.
Or I can work as minimum as one a day. Or I cannot work at all for that day and do something else instead. I can also do that.
Like what?
Like biking.
How many km in a day?
How many km in a day? It depends on where I go to. Usually it's in a jungle. But if it's in a jungle, it's around 10 to 15 kilometers per bike session. If it's on the road, it can be as far as 20, 30 kilometers. Depends.
Wow.
No
Yeah.
wonder you're so fit.
I wasn't fit. I got fit recently during MCO.
Really? How?
Wow.
Yes, because the first part of the MCO, if you guys remember last year, there was the first lockdown kan in March. And I got really unhealthy because I was working all the time, productivity coach. And then I realized that part of productivity is giving yourself time to rest. And I have not rested for the first part of MCO till September. Yeah, I was working really, really hard in that period. And so I gained a lot of weight because I was in front of the computer all the time. I did not have time for myself. I did not have time to even watch TV. And then I realized that, hey, you're a coach, but then you're not, taking your own words into action. So that's what I did. I decided that in September, I wanted to rest. So I took a break from mid-September, October, November, December, January, February, and now I'm starting to work again. But this time around, I'm so much more refreshed because now I've learned a lot more boundaries. Yep.
Interesting.
There any questions already?
There's questions in the chat already.
Let me check.
So
How did you, a friend is asking, how did you become a productivity coach?
How did I become a productivity coach? Okay, it didn't come as an accident. It was gradual, I guess, because between 2014 until 2017, I would say, I was having a major thing in life, and I had to kick myself in the butt, so to speak. And then I met a lot of coaches in that period of time. So in that 3-4 years, I met a lot of coaches who inspired me to become who I am today. So I learned from them.
Is your job especially stressful at times?
The coaching bit is fun actually. I love coaching people. The other parts, because I wear lots of hats, as all homeschooling mummies do. Your mom will attest to that. And we have a lot of hats that we wear every single day, right? So the rest of the hats are a little bit stressful. The coaching hat, not so much. Yeah, unless the coachee is like.
Sounds like kucing.
What?
Sounds like kucing hat or like what?
Not kucing.
Can I
Coaching.
collection?
Oh God.
Can what? Can what?
I want to see our hat collection.
Well, it's not literal in the sense. When I say hats, it's like some part of the day I'm a homeschooling mom. Part of the day I'm a cook, where I cook in the kitchen. Part of the day I am. Are you pointing to your mom? I'm just like your mom. part of the day I have to manage my business, my other businesses. Part of the day I have to be a mother. Part of the day I have to be a wife. So those are all the hats that I wear. So I think because there's so many hats, that can be stressful. Yeah.
What's your favorite hat?
What's my favorite hat? That's a good question, my Sarah.
Sombrero.
Sombrero. Yeah, that's a good one. I would probably wear a sombrero hat when I'm playing with my kids. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the least stressful, and I've not done that in a while.
Next time, I'm gonna bring you a sombrero.
Yes, please. with a like a curacha.
Exactly.
This is great.
Yeah.
Fine. We actually have a good start to this one. Okay. We actually have a good start. What else? Everyone in the chat, please ask questions. We're running out of ideas. Please help us.
Why? What's
Why
the
do you
most?
become a coach?
Okay. My grandmother is asking, what is the most difficult hat?
What is
Prophecy
the difficult hat?
Yeah, the most difficult hat.
The most difficult hat would be, I wouldn't say difficult, I would say
Unenjoyable.
challenging. It's enjoyable at times, but it's also challenging. Would be my businessman hat, businesswoman hat. Yeah, that's challenging because I have to look after about 4,200 women. And that's a lot of women to take care of.
Yeah, I can't even take care of myself.
Well, yeah. So it's challenging, but it's also parts of it is enjoyable, and parts of it is a very big responsibility. So having a big responsibility doesn't necessarily equate fun. So it can, at times you have to be serious about it and take it seriously. Yeah.
Any like life tips you learned
Um,
while doing this job?
with which hat?
There's a question like what do you coach people? Do you coach them in like what do you use to coach?
Okay. So I have to say that coaching is a little bit different from counseling. I don't know if you've heard of that.
No.
But okay. So there are people who are counselors or psychiatrists. I think you're going to interview one psychiatrist later on, right? Dr. Aisha. So it's different from a coach. A coach, the role is that we as coaches believe that the coachee, the person who's talking to me, have the creativity and have the resourcefulness in themselves to drive at their own solution. Meaning, they know what they want to do. It's just that sometimes they can't see it yet. So coaches, what they do is they have a flashlight and they shine the flashlight into that person's mind. You know, sometimes our minds get cobwebby, you know, it has some cobwebs. And then sometimes there are things that you don't realize, but when a coach shines that flashlight, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember doing this last time, you know, and they arrive at their own conclusion.
All right, that's like coach. There's like two questions.
So another person in the chat is asking, do you have to use different approaches when coaching different people?
Yes, I do. Because everyone is different, right? Some people might be quieter than others. Some people are more chatty than others. Some people have different life experiences than others, you know. So you really have to read their body language, and you also have to hold that space when they're talking or not talking. The coach has to hold that space for them. Hold the space meaning you really have to listen. Yes.
There's another question. What are the challenges you face being a homeschooling mom?
Oh. Should I reveal it here? Well,
Hey, Shireen.
Shireen tanya. See you, Shireen.
Other homeschooling mamas.
I think like half of the viewers currently is
Yeah, lah.
actually just parents wondering. Like
Yeah,
saying,
wonder what you're doing. What?
They're all my friends. Challenges. I think the challenges is not so much internal, alhamdulillah, than external. So people still question me and, and the family's life decisions, I mean, you have to face it that we're still the minority, right? Not everyone homeschool. Even now, they think that PDPR is homeschooling, but it's really not. So you guys are laughing. So yeah, I guess externally, like trying to continuously educate people that, each homeschooling family is different, we take different approaches because the children are different, kan? So the way your mom homeschools you will be different than how I homeschool Haini and Sumaya, right? And how I homeschool Haini and Sumaya might not be what you like, right? Maybe you'll be like, oh my God, Auntie Mimi is so garang, right? Or Auntie Mimi is too fun. She's not serious enough.
Too fun.
No.
That's not a problem.
problem with us. How is it a
They are the problem.
I don't know. Some kids are like so serious, right? They're like serious. So yeah.
It's actually easier to talk to people that we actually know than to
Yeah.
talk to people who we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, we don't have enough questions for you.
Ask her, you know what she's doing or not?
I have no idea.
Yeah, see, you still don't understand what she's doing.
She's talking English.
Yeah, so you need to ask Auntie Sarini questions until you know what she's doing.
Yes.
Understand what she's doing.
I understand.
Which parts don't you understand?
understand.
I understand
Which part?
everything.
Example of coaching people.
I don't
Yes.
understand.
Oh, that's nice. Who wants to be my coachie? Mommy wants to be coachie?
Mika and place
No.
keeps thinking about games.
No.
Sit down.
No.
Yeah.
You can't force me into
He
anything.
only talks about games.
Stop.
For your own
You
good.
might not, Zaini, you might not like the direction of me and Mika's conversation. I might actually encourage him.
Yeah, but dining table, talk about game. Before sleeping, talk about game. Before what else? When it's talking time, talk about game. I was like, oh my God, can you please talk about other things?
Okay, calm down.
That's why we asked him to talk to you all, so that he has other things to talk about.
Mika has disappeared.
Off the
He's
map.
back. He's back.
Yeah, I'm gone again.
Okay, example. One of your clients lah. Yeah, it doesn't have to be anybody we know or we don't know. Anybody lah. Any good example lah.
Most coaches will come find a coach when they are stuck at some place and they are not able to move on because they cannot see the path. It's like you're walking on a path, on a road, and you're stuck. There's like this invisible force that's holding you there and you can't move forward, you can't step forward, right? Most coaches will find a coach when they are in that situation. So what the coach does is, hey, look, there's a road in front of you, it's like, it's actually brightly lit, if only you can see it. And this is not literal, yeah, guys. This is like figuratively speaking. And then the coachee will be like, oh, I didn't see that path before. Oh, actually now I see 3 paths or 4 paths to different directions. So which path am I going to take? So a coach helps them decide.
You put one hand on one back, another here, and then you have 2 legs on the I cannot understand anything. I'm just saying like that. I can't see.
So like, which path do you take? And then I'm like, you put one hand on one path, the other on the other path, your 2 feet on.
Okay, wait.
Sometimes kan, they think they're walking but they're not. They're walking setempat, you know. They're not moving. They're like Mr. Bean, like, you know, just walking.
Yeah.
But the scenery is not changing. Still the same, you know. And they're like, hey, why am I looking at the same scene all over again, you know? And they want to move on and see new sceneries, but they can't. There's like this invisible force.
Have you
Like a roadblock, yes, exactly. So it's my job to point out roadblocks.
another Mada is asking.
Mada? Which Mada is this?
Linya.
Okay.
Have you heard? Okay. Have you ever had a difficult case that coaching could not help?
Yes, definitely. I've had several who actually needs professional counseling help. And I pointed out to them. I said, look, this is an area that I'm unable to help with because I recognize that this is an area where they need to seek professional help. So some examples will be, for example, if they're suicidal, right? So I can't help them on that because I'm not a counselor, and I'm not a psychiatrist either, and I can't prescribe them medication and whatnot. So I can't do that. So I will give them some context for them to take the next step. Some of them do take the next step and see a doctor or a counselor. Some of them don't, and they're still in the same place. And I can't help them if they won't help themselves. That I can't do. So there is a peribahasa in orang putih kan, dia kata you can bring a horse to water but you cannot make it drink. Can you imagine you bringing a horse to a pool of water but you cannot make the horse drink? Even though you tell the horse, hey, you're thirsty, go and drink some water, and the horse is like right? And for the life of you, you're trying to save the horse, but if the horse won't save himself, you can't do anything about it. This is a fact of life. And so that is the most difficult part of being a coach. It's to let go and let God. Because when I first started being a coach, it was very hard to let go because I felt really responsible when that person is suffering and I can't do anything about it. I have to tell myself that it is not my job. It is their job.
Okay. How
It's
did you
really deep, guys.
how did you let go?
How do I let go? Oils! Oils! Mindfulness cards. What else? Reflection decks. I do a lot of reflection, guys. This is a reflection deck.
Can you open? Can we see?
What are these?
So it's a deck of cards. So this one is from Ramadan Legacy. So this one is more spiritual in nature. So if I pick one, I just pick one randomly. Oh, these categories. Hold on. Pick a green one. If all the places you have prayed in were to rise up and talk, what places would they be?
Oh.
So yeah, it makes you think. So these questions help me to let go because if self-reflection is my hobby. I know it's weird, but that's what I do. I love
And I was going to push it.
being self-reflecting.
What's your favorite essential oil?
My favorite essential oil. All of it is like my favorite, guys. I think
Fruits what?
What would happen
It's like having a favorite child.
it's so hard to choose. I think whenever I feel like I want to let go, I'll choose this Sacred Mountain
Oh.
because it helps me feel grounded and it helps me feel calmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Just like amazing.
After coaching and I feel sad, for example, like that person has shared something really, really sad and I felt that sadness and I want to let go. I'll use release, which is not here. Oh, it's here. Release.
How do you find the names?
Yeah.
Memorizes, every oil
And-
has its place.
Oh, God.
No,
What?
Mikael asked, how do you memorize where the oils are? I was like, of course lah, every oil has its place, kan?
What is your okay? There's a question in the
What?
chat.
Our father is asking, what's your most hated oil? Tee.
What's
Well,
my
you like
hated oil?
Yeah.
Juniper.
Juniper.
Sounds like smelly socks.
oh
What is
God.
it good for then? If it's so smelly.
It's good for people who have peeing issues.
Oh God.
No, seriously.
Well, what? Why does
Can
it?
we see it? What?
Juniper.
But
This is my first bottle, like after 6 years, and it's still full. Can you guys see? It's been there for 6 years, and I haven't used it. Ah.
God. It's like what? Peeing at night, or I don't know. Does it work on cats who like to pee at outside the? Yeah, boleh ke? Like I've got friends complaining like there are stray cats peeing everywhere. So
Oh, tu letaklah some strong smelling oil. Yeah, juniper can help. Probably spray some juniper there, or you can use radiata.
I don't like citrus.
if you
Not
spray
citrus.
juniper, nanti
No,
tuan rumah pun tak suka.
Cats don't like citrus. So you can put citrus.
Yeah,
to-
she tried already.
Well,
Doesn't
you
work.
can get a torture device. You can spray it in someone's like jail cell and watch them just cry in agony. Oh God.
Well, if none of the oils work, you know those mats in Shopee that they sell yang tajam-tajam tu, you can put those mats. It's not cruel because they can see it's tajam and they won't come near it.
Tajam.
Sharp.
Sharp.
You can literally see wait. That Shopee sells.
It's not sharp that if they step on it they'll die. No.
Oh
It's just,
my God.
it's just plastic sharp. So it's cruelty free, guys. Don't worry. I have 6 cats at home, so I know.
Hey,
Yes, I have 6 cats.
question.
This is horrible.
Do you have a cat?
Yes.
I have 6.
Can I see?
Oh no.
I wanna.
Oh man, I don't know where they are right now. They're probably sleeping somewhere. Do you guys know that cats sleep 18 to 20 hours a day? I want to be a cat.
Me too.
Okay. There's a question in the chat. Please
Share your favorite mindfulness card.
My favorite mindfulness card. Okay, that's from this deck. Mindfulness card.
For Muslims.
My favorite. Okay, they're separated into categories. If you guys can see.
Oh,
Where did you get this?
tired.
San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
Jauhnya kan?
Shopee.
Shopee. I mean,
Tak ada. Not in Shopee.
Let me search. You don't know?
I don't know how to show online.
Mindfulness
They
card.
have access to Shopee. Habis. Tak ada. Not this one, I guess. At least not this one.
I
So
did. Book deposit 62 ringgit. Your one.
Book depository mungkin ada. That one maybe got.
where is that?
Which one is your favorite?
So as you can see, there's a lot of cards. So I don't have a favorite again, but I have a favorite category, which is the
Sorry.
category is the rest and balance, because I always forget to rest.
Oh.
One.
Can you
I
take
never
out one?
rest. I
Can you
never
take out
rest.
one? Let us see. How does it?
The rest and balance. Kejap My Telegram is like tung 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 tung. Hello. Please don't telegram me now. Okay.
You
I'm
sound so enraged.
We have a live stream going on.
Okay. Get a rest and balance card. I'm just gonna. Okay.
Just
Listen to the body. Right. So there's a description at the back, and it says our bodies are full of wisdom. We just need to take the time to listen to them. They often give us early warning signals of how we're doing. Little tensions to tell us that unless we relax, bigger storms are on their way. Spend a few minutes running your attention through your body from your head to your toes. Forming a strong sense of body awareness will serve you well in life. I can do a mindfulness thing with you guys later on, which gives you body awareness.
Hello?
Not like that. Hello, Nee. I miss you. Hey, there's a mindfulness card for kids as well, so I can do that with you guys.
Yeah. All right, and
Yeah.
the question.
There's principal.
All right, how much does a productivity coach earn, as salary?
Okay. When I first started coaching, I was too generous, so I gave away a lot of my sessions for free, which is not good, guys, because you're not earning anything from your time. And then I started to appreciate my time and energy more and my effort, and I've charged. Right now, it's 150 ringgit a session for an hour.
Wow.
Yeah. So it really depends. Some really experienced coaches who coach CEOs of companies and whatnot, they can charge up to 8,000-10,000 per session.
Wow.
Yeah, it really depends.
So you I just did math on Google and said, so basically it's roughly 2.5 ringgit per minute.
2.5 ringgit. Wow, okay. 2 ringgit 50 cents a minute. Maybe I should increase my hours, my fees then.
No.
Adalah, kidding.
Where do you get your clients?
Where do I get my clients?
Do they find you?
Yeah.
Ow! Ow!
Hold on. Okay, I can't find the kid cards. The kids have it last time.
Oh.
Where do I get my clients? From my businesses, from my network of friends, from my network of contacts. Yeah, basically from everywhere. And they'll need different things. You know, sometimes it's not even productivity. There was a lady who came to me for homeschooling. She wanted to for me to coach her on homeschooling stuff. Yeah. So there's another lady who wanted me to coach her on life in general, like her life. So it really depends. But I mostly like to coach people on productivity because that's like my passion.
Your outfit is very nice.
My what?
Outfit.
My outfit. Okay.
Have
Thank you.
Has anyone told you any traumatic story?
Yes, a lot. I can't really share them, but I can tell you that it was traumatizing to me because some of the things that I hear, I did not imagine someone was going through it, like someone real. I would imagine it in movies, but I would never imagine a real person going through it. Yeah. But that's where, as a coach, you need to hold that space. You can't intrude on that space and like, oh my God, I can't believe it. No, you can't go all drama on them. No, cannot. Okay. You gotta like, as a coach, you have to really, really learn how to breathe. Number one. I know it's weird, like, breathe. But breathing helps you to center yourself. So you take big, deep breaths when you hear things that upsets you. And you're just breathing. Just like that. Yeah, not like, and then the coachee will think you're hyperventilating and going to have a heart attack already. Like,
Angry. My mom's like, breathe. Okay, so next. Okay.
yes, breathe, guys.
Depends on the answer. Macam tu lah. Skills do you need to know before you become a productivity coach? I cannot speak. What skills do you need to learn?
What was it?
What skills do you need to learn if you
What
want to?
skills do you need to
Learn. As a coach, okay, number one, you need to really learn to listen. That was very hard for me when I first started because I don't normally listen. I talk a lot. I can talk to the wall, guys. I can talk to the wall till the cows come home. I can talk to my oils, even though they won't answer me back. I can talk to my baby Yoda.
Oh God!
Hi, Juniper. You deserve to be in a garbage.
Yoda. I can talk to him all day long. So yeah, that was really hard for me at the start as a coach because it really takes a lot of patience and a lot of presence when you're trying to listen to someone. So what is presence is really being there with that someone. Just being there for that person. Because a lot of times, guys, a person just wants somebody to listen to them. Really. They don't want solutions. They don't want people advising them, like unwarranted advice. They don't want people to, unless of course they ask lah, like, Sarini, can you advise me? Then yes, I will come in and advise them. But unless they ask, I will not. Yeah.
Okay, please share us your career for the past 20 years working at MDEC Rhythm and Hues.
Oh, who asked that? Must be your dad.
How did you know?
I'm a coach, guys.
No, mine.
This was my sifu.
My what?
Yoda. Seafood.
Yoda was my sifu, my master. Big go. Yeah, I knew your dad was gonna ask that. So, what was the question again? What did I do back then?
Yeah, 20 years MDEC Rhythm and Hues.
Okay, so Mesniaga was when I was a systems engineer, and later on I came back to Mesniaga as an accounts manager. MDEC I was a marketing specialist. I was also an accounts manager taking care of MSC status companies, especially the international ones. So I played a role in bringing Rhythm and Hues in. So when Rhythm and Hues came in, I went to work for them, and they're a visual effects company. So they, when I was there, we did Life of Pi, we did X-Men, Days of Future Past, we did Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, we don't.
It's a visual, what audio-visual company.
Say.
He asked me, what's Rhythm and Hues? She just said, audio
Have you?
Oh yeah, rhythm is music in color. Okay.
Life of Pi.
Life of Pi. Yeah, we watched like half. Too slow.
Tiger, right? The tiger is not actually. It's entirely made out of computer graphics.
I want to see the tiger. I don't want to see the real tiger. I want to see
You Google Richard Parker Life of Pi.
that impersonation.
There.
Life of Pi. Nia.
Wow. Okay.
That's not.
And we created that from scratch. The company created that from scratch. So it took 3 years of studying the tiger's anatomy. So they employed like biologists, zoologists to really study how they move. And then we translated it into computer graphics. So he's not actually there. If he's actually there, if a real tiger was there, that actor would have been
Train it, but like that takes years.
yeah.
I I found out what it looks like. It's like a
It's a blue blob
with a half-hearted dot.
for his eyes.
It's a guide for the actor to direct his eyes to see where, No, he's not actually there. And we won an Oscar for it, but unfortunately, the day we won an Oscar for it, the company went bankrupt.
Hola.
Yeah, sad story.
What happened?
We weren't, as visual effects artists, they weren't being paid enough, unfortunately. And with all the piracy that's going on, the money doesn't come back to the studios. So eventually they have to shut down. Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's sad. So a lot of them now works in other visual effects companies in Canada, in UK. They actually migrated from Malaysia.
Like Disney?
Hmm?
Disney Pixar.
I don't think they went to Disney Pixar because it's really hard to go into Disney Pixar. It's really, really hard. You have to be very, very exceptional in order to be one of the artists there. They mostly went to MPC, which is a visual effects company in London, and DreamWorks, as well as Industrial Light Magic. Yeah.
Black magic?
Industrial
Light
Light Magic.
Those are the big names in the visual.
In the visual effects industry.
Okay, back to the topic of the session of productivity course at Sarini Bujang.
Okay.
That's what the title
Okay. Have you ever had a quote bad client, quote unquote?
Have I ever gotten a bad client? I wouldn't say yes, would I? I wouldn't say bad lah. I would say uncoachable. Uncoachable will be more like it. So there are people who are uncoachable. Basically because they're not ready yet.
So what do you tell? It's like, sorry, I don't want
What do you
So at the beginning of a coaching session, you will have to set up an agreement between you and the client, right? And you will have to come back to that agreement and say that, hey, look, this was the agreement between both of us, and this is not going in this direction. What do you think? And that person will most likely, this is not working out. And then we will mutually agree to end the coaching relationship. What is that?
so baik. Even if it's a difficult client, but I want my money back. Tak ada.
Apa? I want my money back?
Yeah.
Tak ada lagi lah. Tak lagi.
I have a question. Example, when you're coaching someone, like, okay, so it's almost one question. Like 1 hour kan, and then like it was like telling like sad stories. So like 1 hour is up. So what do you tell? Excuse me, 1 hour is up. So can you wrap up or what?
Dia bagi novel lah.
What?
Dia bagi novel.
Yes.
Kita suruh bagi summary, dia bagi novel. Biasa, that one is normal. We will there will be pauses. No one can talk for an hour non-stop, you see. It's like for an hour.
Said us.
No.
Now, you will have to take a breath at some point. Otherwise, you'll be like choking on your words and like. So when the client takes a breath, that's when a coach can come in and say, hey, look at the time, it's like almost 10 minutes to the hour. And here is where we are at now. We bring them back, right? Then when we bring them back, masuk topik balik, then it depends on how that person wants to take it, whether he wants to, oh yeah lah, I forgot, this was the goal of the coaching session, and we go back to the original conversation. Or it could also be, hey, I want to talk some more. Can I talk some more? Then that's where I'll say, it's 10 minutes to the hour. We can wrap up this session and then we can continue on to the next session. How about that? Yeah.
What is the longest session you've been through?
What's the longest, pardon?
Longest coaching session you've done?
Well, usually a coaching session is in an hour. That will be most productive and not so out of topic. But, you can have plus minus 10-15 minutes if you want to. If a coaching session turns out to be 2-3 hours, it's not a coaching session anymore. Usually, it will most probably be a pouring heart out session by the client.
Oh, have you had any of those? Has anyone done a pouring your heart out session?
Of course. Usually in the first session, first 2-3 sessions, they will do that.
So how long would they do the session?
So it's my job to kind of like guide them back to the conversation.
You're for cry time coaching. Have you? Okay. Father's asking. Have you anyone gone? Have you anyone gone?
Have you had anyone gone through the sessions and not hate you?
What?
And not what? Hate me?
Okay.
Baya.
Okay.
Hate.
Have you had anyone, like any clients that have went to a session, talked about it, and then they're like, okay, I'm not paying you. Bye.
Well, they gotta pay up front, you see.
Mine. Now.
That's how it works. Because usually you don't go just one session. The first session will probably just be an introductory session. And then only you make an agreement whether, hey, after this first session and we get to know each other, what do you think? Do you want to continue with the coaching? And if the client says, yes, I want to continue with the coaching, like, I like you so much. So then we'll say, okay, let's see, how many sessions would you feel comfortable in moving forward or come to a decision? The coach will most probably say 10 sessions or 5 sessions. Then we make an agreement, So if it's illogical, if the coach says, oh, I can come to a decision in the session, the second session, but the thing that he or she is discussing about is very big, then you can come in as a coach and say, usually with this kind of situation, we will need more than one session. So you come to an agreement at the end of the day to the number of sessions. So that you determine earlier on. You need to have the agreement. Otherwise, then you will have those 2-3 hours pouring of heart session, people not paying you, things like that lah.
No money. Okay. How do you certify yourself as a productivity coach?
Okay. There is this body called International Coaching Federation, ICF, and they are the premier certifying body globally who certifies the majority of certified coaches that you see now in the world. So they're called ICF, and basically you go there to learn how to be a coach. It's like a coaching school, and they give you a certificate after a while and say that, hey, you're a certified coach. That's it.
So do you have professional training to do this?
Yes, you need to have professional training to be a coach. You can't just simply call yourself a coach and not know how to be one. So you need to learn the competency standards. And then you need to practice. You need to have the hours put in before you are certified as a coach.
So where do you get the training from?
My coaching Yoda, his name is YK Leong. And he was the one who taught me. I went to his program back in 2018. And what you do is you attend his training for 62 hours, if I'm not mistaken. So long ago, 2018. And then after that, during that training program, you need to learn the code of ethics. You need to learn the standards on how to be a coach. And then after that, you have to practice coaching. So you can do it pro bono, meaning for free, or you can do it as a paid coach. It's up to you. And after a certain number of hours, if I'm not mistaken, 100 hours, you'll get certified as an ACC. So there's certain stages to it. So there's 3 levels to it. So they go up as you attain more hours. Yeah. It's quite complicated actually. But you do need to learn the values, and you do need to learn the ethical principles. You need to learn the standards. You have to learn all that.
What's the oldest person you've coached?
What's an honest person?
The oldest person.
Ooh.
The oldest person.
Who's the oldest person you've coached?
Probably 62 years old. I had a 62 years old client. No, that's not the oldest. Hold on. There's one guy who's an executive in a company. I think what's the retirement age again? 65 kan? Yeah.
55 government, yeah, 65 private.
65. Yeah, so I think he was 65.
Youngest?
Youngest. I coach my kids. So does that count?
Yes. So you can coach kids lah.
Can. I do coach kids.
Okay.
But my kids lah.
What's the payment?
Other kids never had any chance yet.
I've done 2 kids, but that's mainly pro bono. The mom asked me for help, and it was just a one-time thing, and we were just talking mainly. But I think those 2 children, well, they're not children, they're like twins, one twin and one teen. I think they got something out of it because I see them change after that. So I don't know.
How do your children pay you for your coaching?
They don't pay me, unfortunately.
Do they wash the dishes, do the chores? Is that how they pay?
No, unfortunately not. As you practice the coaching standards, it becomes like part of you. It becomes part of you actually. So there are times when some of my friends say, "Hey, Sarini, can you stop being a coach and be a friend for a while?" So I've gotten that. But it's so natural, it becomes so natural to you because the standard is like, for example, be a good listener, right? Once you acquire that skill, you would implement that like everywhere lah in your life. Yeah.
What's your advice to kids on how to be productive?
What advice to kids?
What is your advice to kids and how to be productive? Keep a gratitude diary?
Keep a diary? Yeah, can. I do bullet journaling and I do teach kids to bullet journal actually.
What's that?
I do teach my own kids as well to bullet journal. Do you guys know what a bullet journal is?
No.
No.
She
Okay.
knows. He doesn't.
What
She
is
does.
it? What is it?
Can you
I
show
don't know.
your bullet journal?
I don't know what's a bullet
Just watch.
journal.
A bullet journal really is, I have 3 now in my possession.
Wow.
Let me take it. It says here. So this is 2021. This is my 2021 bullet journal. I'll show you the contents later on. I started in 2019 actually, after I got certified. So if you see my 2019 one, it's not a good example, okay? Sebab nanti you don't go and say, oh my god, I can never do that. Don't do that, okay? Because naturally Auntie Mimi is, I love to draw and I love to do a lot of brush lettering and calligraphy and whatnot. So please do not compare. So bullet journaling can be as simple as that, right? Or it can be as complicated as this.
Whoa. I can't understand any of this.
It's like your diary, what you are going
Like a diary.
to have done.
Yeah. So you will when you bullet journal, you will most definitely have tasks and goals inside your bullet journal. You will also have habit trackers if you want to. For example, this is my habit tracker. And then inside each day, I will write down what I have to do in bullet form. So you can see it's dot, 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 dot. It's bulleted. That's why it's called a bullet journal. So it has grown more complicated. That was my first bullet journal. And you guys can do that too, kids, if you guys want to.
Yeah.
It has grown more complicated.
After that, they get like macam dah bosan nak buat. So how to motivate them to do it?
Oh, okay. I do get bored myself sometimes. A productivity coach can get bored bullet journaling. So, to be honest, I did not bullet journal last month at all in May. If you guys can see this, okay? This is me being very honest. So my May was empty. Can you guys see?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I drew it. I mean, I did this from scratch, but I did not fill up anything in it. So I skipped straight to June. So you can, yeah, you can skip. It's your journal. You can do whatever you want with it. So I did not like me skipping my own journal, to be honest, because I was a little bit overwhelmed last month. So the days that I actually bullet journal, for example, this one, the days that I actually bullet journal were the days.
The book.
Yeah, it's like a little book inside.
I love it. It's so adorable.
This is called the Dutch door. I can teach you how to do that as well.
Do you hold bullet journal classes?
I can if there are requests. I don't mind doing it because I love bullet journaling and I love brush lettering as well. So there are things like, for example, when I want to visualize, last time I do my own vision board, but sometimes I do things like this, for example.
Wow.
Yeah, this is like part of my, you can say it's a vision board, but unfortunately COVID happened, so I didn't go anywhere.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah. So you can do that as well. So you can do absolutely anything on your bullet journal because it's yours. Because it's empty pages, you see. It's just empty pages and you can do anything you want with it. Like this. This is another one.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Adila,
I
Right, we
Adila
should-
commented, buy more stationery, motivation.
oh, of course. If you could only see my table.
I think we gotta wrap up.
Okay.
Wait. One more left. Ask question.
Do you count your husband and have you slept on the couch before.
Guess
but
who's
the way
asking?
He put it is before E.
Adrian.
Yay! Congrats! 1,000 points! Wow!
Do I coach my husband? Yes, definitely. I do. Especially now that we are working together in our business, in our essential oils business. So I do coach him. And when we first got married, it was very foreign to him because I'm naturally a very deep thinker. So I'm a verbal processor. So I process my thoughts verbally. I say it out. So it was a bit foreign for him at first when we first got married. But after that, he got used to it. We've been married about 11 years now. And he got used to it. And actually now, after breakfast, we will usually talk about anything and everything. So the recent talks that we had together was about eating habits, how it stemmed from childhood. What were his childhood experiences with regards to eating habits? Very deep kan? Lepas tu banyaklah macam what is his thoughts on money, right? What are some of the things that led him to have some beliefs about money? So it was a hard conversation actually. So sometimes he tears up, sometimes I tear up because we're husbands and wives, you know, but it helps to have those conversations because it helps him overcome certain things and it helps me learn more things about him. So we do that.
Do you have any last word for the audience? It's already 9:32 on our end.
Gosh, see, I told you I can talk to the wall.
But they're not walls.
We're not wolves.
Yes,
We're Homo sapien.
Okay,
That's what.
last words. I guess with regards to the topic, I would just say that everyone can be a coach to someone, you know. I mean, not a professional coach lah. What I mean is, if a friend comes to you and say, hey, I got a problem, you know, yada, 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 you can be a coach to your friend. All you have to do is just listen and be present for your friend. That's all there is to it. You know, let that person talk, whatever he or she wants to talk about, and just be present. You know, being present doesn't mean that you are agreeing with what he or she says, because sometimes the things that they say, your friend says, is something that you don't agree with. For example, heavy things like against religion, contohnya, for example, right? You don't agree with what that person is saying because it's against the religion. So you don't have to say, yeah, I agree with you. You don't have to say that. All you have to do is be empathetic and just listen and like, you know, I hear you. I'm here for you.
Okay. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow we
Oh, you'll be talking to.
Thank you all for watching. Tomorrow we're going to have another talk same time. 8:30 Malaysia. 8:30 Malaysia KL. Same channel FTWMM. On tomorrow night with Auntie Ivy, who is a thermomix advisor.
She can cook. Seriously.
She had a job at Nestle. Join us tomorrow. Bye.
Ask for recipes from her, okay?
Yeah, I'll give them to you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I got you.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I miss you guys. I miss you guys so much.
I miss you all too. Honey.